Lawyers, what's your most savage I rest my case moment? My client Nico was being sued for $50,000 by his ex-business partner Tony, who claimed Nico stole their food truck's secret sauce recipe and started a competing business. Tony had hired the most expensive law firm in town and was going for blood. Their partnership had ended badly 6 months earlier when Tony suddenly decided Nico wasn't contributing enough and forced him out with just 48 hours notice. Now Nico was running a single food truck while Tony expanded to 3 locations, and Tony wanted to crush any competition. The evidence looked damning. Tony had screenshots of Nico's new menu featuring Nico's famous sauce and bank records showing Nico bought identical ingredients: San Marzano tomatoes, aged balsamic, specific herbs. The week after their partnership ended, he even had photos of Nico's sauce bottles that looked nearly identical to theirs. He copied everything, Tony testified smugly, adjusting his expensive suit. The recipe, the marketing strategy, even the bottle design. I have the original recipe cards with my handwriting from 2019 when I spent months perfecting it through trial and error. Tony's lawyer presented a thick folder of evidence, handwritten notes, ingredient lists, even customer feedback forms praising the innovative sauce. The judge seemed convinced, nodding along as Tony described his creative process. Nico looked completely defeated beside me. His hands were shaking as he watched his former partner lie under oath. This food truck was his only income after Tony kicked him out, and he couldn't afford to lose everything over a bogus lawsuit. When it was my turn to cross-examine Tony, I kept it simple. You said you created this recipe in 2019? Yes, it took months of testing different combinations. And this was entirely your original creation? Absolutely. I'm very proud of the innovation. I pulled out a manila folder I'd been keeping on the defense table. Your Honor, this is a trademark filing for Nico's famous sauce, dated March 15th, 2017, 2 years before Tony claims to have invented it. Tony's confident expression started to crack. His lawyer jumped up objecting, but I was just getting started. And here's Nico's grandmother's handwritten recipe card from 1987, passed down through his Italian family for generations. I held up the yellowed stained index card covered in faded blue ink. The recipe Tony claims he spent months inventing? It's literally Nico's Nana's marinara sauce that she brought from Sicily. Nico's been making this exact sauce since he was 8 years old, helping in his grandmother's kitchen every Sunday. The courtroom erupted in whispers. Tony's face went from confident to pale to bright red as I continued. Nico didn't steal your recipe, Tony. You stole his family recipe when you were his business partner, then tried to claim it as your own innovation when you forced him out. I placed a stack of photos on the evidence table. These are pictures from Nico's family gatherings from 2015, 2016, and 2018, all showing him making this exact sauce at family events, years before you claimed to have invented it. The judge's expression had completely changed. Tony was now frantically whispering with his expensive lawyers, who looked like they wanted to disappear. Furthermore, I added, here's testimony from Nico's uncle Mario, who owns a restaurant in Little Italy and has been buying this sauce from Nico's family for over a decade. He's prepared to testify that this exact recipe has been in their family since the 1950s. Tony's lawyer tried one last desperate objection about relevance, but the damage was done. The judge dismissed the case immediately and ordered Tony to pay Nico's legal fees plus $25,000 in damages for false accusations and intentional harassment. As we walked out, Tony avoided eye contact completely. His innovative sauce business suddenly didn't seem so innovative anymore. I heard through the grapevine that 2 of his locations closed within months after word spread about the lawsuit. Nico hugged me in the parking lot, tears streaming down his face. My Nana always said the recipe would take care of our family. I just never thought it would save my business too. 3 months later, Nico opened his second food truck. The line wraps around the block every lunch hour.